Welcome back to RuskiWeldFab. In this video I will show you how to set a preload on your limited slip differential for O2M O2Q gearbox. Let's go!
That's a good one!
There's only one real way. I'm using a simplified sort of easy tutorial that, like I mentioned, by Nigel, Mr. Pindewagen. So effectively what you need to do is you need to put two shims on either side of the ball race, outer ball race, on the casing, on the gearbox side and on the bell housing side. So according to the instructions, the bell housing side needs to have 0.65 standard shim. So you put that and then you put your outer ball race into the casing. This side, so for now we only put the race because we need to measure the preload. I would say the easiest method to press them in is obviously using a press, but if you're stuck, if you don't have a press, it is possible to use a mallet. And if you can use your old one, because obviously the diameter is the same, so you can put it on the top, put a piece of wood on top and then gently tap it around to sit it in the position. After it's all done, you need to check if there is a gap anywhere in between. It should sit absolutely flush. So now both of my sides are done. Let's put a different side, close the box, and you need to use 5 bolts to go around the box and basically tighten it like you would normally. So now we put the differential inside. None of the other gear sets, we don't need them at this stage. We're only measuring the preload of the diff itself. Close the gearbox with the other half. Now, according to the instructions, you need to spin it a few times. That helps the bearings sit into its position. So now we need to turn the box around, find a way to position your I lost the word, whatever that dial is. I forgot. I'm sorry guys, I'm not good at this anymore. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clamp it so it's nice and flat. It doesn't really matter where you position it as long as it's steady on the gearbox. Now what you need to do is you need to set preload. Preload means that you're not starting from zero. You need to set it to whatever setting you have. So as you can see, I can go minus or I can go plus. So now this thing is secure. We can zero the gauge, and what you need to do is you need to push on the diff from underneath. So the play is 0.8 of a millimeter. So there is a constant by Volkswagen O2M which is 0.3. So you need to add that to 0.3. In my case, 1.1 millimeters. So what we do now, we find one that we think is 1.1. I reckon it's probably one of those. You see, we found it, 1.1. So now we have to take it all apart again. Well, only 5 bolts. Take the race that did not have any shim and put this shim in its place. So already taking the race out, we take the shim, we put our 1.1 shim in there, clean the race one more time because we don't want any sand residue. So we can slot it inside, apply a little bit of pressure just by fingers so it sits nice and square. And that's how you set a preload on O2M, O2Q transmission for the differential. Remember, 0.65 millimeters is the constant, and that goes inside your bell housing, and you don't change that. This one you put without any shims, then you measure your play, you add 0.3 mil to that, and then you take your race out again and you put your new shim inside. In my case, this was 1.1 mil. So now it's preloaded with 0.3 millimeters and it's all now correct. So the only thing left is assemble the gearbox, put new oil, and you're good to go. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.